Rusame reader, Crow Song, and today I will be reading to you from Take 2 by Miriorite. Now, on to Chapter 35, On That Rainy Day. Today, America was the one driving the car, while Russia sat in the passenger seat, nervously fiddling with his fingers. Oh, come on, don't be nervous. You'll do fine. I just wanted to introduce my lovely boyfriend to my family. The American stopped at a red light. The other man just stayed quiet, an air of nervousness wafted in their surroundings. You can't be like this. You suddenly brought me to your family as well. Consider this payback. Russia lowered his head guiltily and continued to stare at his own shoes. The light turned green, and America started driving again with a sigh. Eventually, they pulled over in a fairly luxurious house. It wasn't a huge mansion, but you could tell the people living here were well off. It was sort of the perfect house for a fairly large family. They walked up to the door and gave it a good knock. After a few seconds, you could hear something shatter. Then a lady opened the door. She was very pretty, with a slender face and bright eyes. Her gaze landed on America, who smiled at her. Her face immediately beamed with happiness. America, ¿cómo vas tú? You should have called to tell me that you were coming. Your dad could have prepared something to eat. The French means, America, how are you? Hey, Mom, I just wanted to drop by for a while. How are Canada, Aussie, and Kiwi? Other than breaking the vase a few seconds ago, they're fine. Isn't this tall fellow Russia? She squinted her eyes. She thought she was seeing things. Russia had been staring for a while. He had never seen pictures of America's mom, and now that he has, he thought that both of them indeed have similar looks. America smiled even wider when she asked, Honestly, these past few days, America had the urge to proudly proclaim himself as Russia's boyfriend in front of everyone he knew. It was sort of like an achievement to him. Well, I wanted to bring my boyfriend over to meet you guys. I've also been a bit homesick lately. He pointed at the taller male next to him. When France heard this, her eyes widened. Then a smile spread across her face.
Oh mon Dieu, quel bel homme tu as mis en sac.
That is French for, oh goodness, what a handsome man you bagged.
C'est aussi celui qui m'a aidé à blanchir mon nom.
That translates to, he is also the one who helped me clear my name. The American spoke in French because he knew the man next to him wouldn't understand what he said. Oh, so it's this person. The Russian stood there, confused, as the two of them conversed in French. France turned to Russia and introduced herself. Bonjour, I'm France, America's mother. Nice to meet you. Yes, it's nice to meet you too. He didn't continue to say anything else with his naturally quiet nature. Come in, we can have tea together. Both of them let themselves in. A little girl, not older than 10, ran into them. She craned her head upwards, and a smile immediately appeared on her face. Brother, welcome back! And who's this? She cocked her head to the side. Hey, Kiwi, this is Russia, my boyfriend. Say hi. She blinked a few times, then turned to Russia. Hello, I'm New Zealand, or just call me Kiwi. My brother talks about you sometimes when he's staying here. He said you were really talented and America smothered her mouth in embarrassment and laughed awkwardly. When America turned his head back to meet the Russian's gaze, all Russia did was raise an eyebrow. "Hey, America, when did you get here?" Another voice was heard from the staircase. "Canada, hey! I just got here a few seconds ago." "I really thought you'd stay single your entire life since you're so focused on your job." He naturally heard the Americans' conversation with their little sister. Canada walked up to Russia and extended a hand. "Nice to meet you. I'm Canada. Take care of my brother. He's very annoying." "Hey, quit shitting on me." "Language! Kiwi is right here." America covered his mouth. "Right, sorry." They made their way to the kitchen where a man sat there with his legs crossed and a newspaper in hand. He had similar looks to America, so it wasn't hard to figure out who he was. "Welcome back. And you too. I already heard from France." America chuckled happily. Britain scanned the taller male up and down before calling him over to sit with him. America went ahead and left the kitchen to meet with his siblings, since he hadn't seen them for a long time. "You're the one who cleared his name?" Russia swallowed nervously. "Yes." Of course, he was a skilled actor, so none of his nervousness was visible. "That's a relief. I still remember the day when he... well..." Outside the house was a downpour. Britain was busy cooking while France was playing with Kiwi upstairs. Suddenly, there was knocking on the door. The knocks didn't seem angry or forced, but weak. "I'll get the door." France hurried downstairs as she exclaimed. When she opened the door, what she saw was her son, America. It was on that very traumatic day. She couldn't tell if he was crying or not because of the rain, but she could see the fear, sadness, and everything on his face. "What happened, my son?" She wanted to comfort him. "I didn't do it. Please believe me. I don't know where else to go. I don't know who else to go to. I'm scared. I'm sorry." His voice trembled as he spoke. He was drenched head to toe as he leaned in and hugged her. France didn't care that he was all drenched. She hugged back. "Yes, I believe you," she said without hesitation. France hadn't opened her phone today and hadn't watched the TV either. She had no idea what was going on or what happened to her son. Britain eventually walked in on this scene, and he went up to comfort him as well. And when America asked him if Britain believed him, he as well said yes without hesitation. In fact, his entire family, they all supported him through this time and never doubted him. "Thank you for helping him get through it. On that day, we really didn't know what to do, nor can we help his situation." Britain's gaze lingered as it averted to the kitchen window. Russia sighed and clenched his sleeve tighter. "Thank you for trusting him without doubt. That was something I couldn't do before, and I messed up," the Russian managed to say. Britain stared at him and then smiled. "He's a bit of a handful. Take care of him." Russia's gaze landed at America playing with Kiwi and Ozzy in the living room. "Okay." And that's the end of this chapter. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, that being said, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.